I'm Joan Newcomb, and today's Mystic Minute is taking the story out of what is happening. And as I just said that, I'm thinking, how am I going to explain this without it being a story? Because everything in this world is a story. Everything in this life, everything you perceive is a story. Whether or not you're talking about personal growth issues, political issues, or aliens coming to Earth, or the reptilian brain, or any of those things, it's all a story. And it's not accurate to say that it's all an illusion, that life is all an illusion. It's not accurate to assume that because it's an illusion, it's a lie. But actually, there's a lot more to that. But we weave and create stories out of everything that have a lot of emotionalism to them. And then that becomes not only a distortion, but also a distraction. And we can get enmeshed in those stories for our entire lives. We can get tangled in our own story of our childhood or whatever, and we could get entangled of our world story. And nothing's going to actually stop our evolution, because we as consciousness will create growth and change. And even that is a story. We as consciousness are growth and change. We as consciousness are constantly gaining more light, illuminating more light, bringing more to light. And our stories are our enmeshments, our tangles. Our experience of them can be uncomfortable. And as we are experiencing an evolution, we are experiencing the discomfort of our own restrictions. Either we're squeezing past our restrictions, or our restrictions are starting to untangle, unravel, and that's uncomfortable. I did a meetup this weekend, and we were talking about how the feeling of reality has changed and how uncomfortable that is. I just wanted to go back to when I felt more grounded or more certain, or reality was more manageable. And there isn't any going back. Even the act or thought of going back makes you want to go back to something. And you have actually evolved to something more. Now, as consciousness, there's actually no directional. I haven't even gotten into the whole thing about the world being a hologram, and this is a creation of you as consciousness, and you as consciousness are outside of the hologram. So everything within this hologram is your creation. It is the opposite of the essence of who you are, because it is limitation, it has definition. We're experiencing time and space. We're experiencing going from the past to the future, from younger to older. We're experiencing the limitations of our physical form to a degree. And as consciousness, and as we each experience this embodiment of consciousness, because you as consciousness are coming more and more into form, so you are experiencing more and more awareness within your form. What's also starting to happen is kind of a breakdown of that form, breakdown of those restrictions. Gravity is feeling less. Those time and space and odd, out-of-the-box things are happening. The storyline is getting pretty wacky. And how you can be happier as this is happening, how you can be having more of a comfortable transition is if you can just take your attention off the story of it, off that kind of limiting definition of it, and look at it as patterns. What I'm experiencing is patterns shifting, changing, transmuting, transforming. I am recognizing in the world today a lot of things that are triggering my patterns. A lot of things that are bringing to the surface old patterns, whether or not they're family patterns, family is a pattern, personal patterns, they're just unraveling patterns. If I can shift my attention, shift my awareness to myself as greater light, and I can let these patterns go. I can notice other people in my reality. Yes, they're creations of myself as consciousness. They're creations of themselves as consciousness. As consciousness, I am so creative. I have created lots of different physical forms. I can watch others having similar growth spaces and having different reactions to those growth spaces. And I can be fascinated by the story unfolding and knowing that this is really a fun adventure in density and effort. It is a fun game that is going on. Wow. Look at that. You're not in denial about the stuff going on. You're not being compassionate for people who are having some pretty painful experiences as these patterns break down. You're not detached from the exhilaration of the growth that is happening and the empowerment that everyone is feeling as they're experiencing their greater selves in form. There's a really amazing thing going on as this evolution is happening. Everyone's light is becoming stronger. We're all waking up to that light within us. And as we're each individually getting brighter and stronger, there's a wonderful connectiveness that is happening. We're interacting more. There's more teamwork. There's more cooperation. There's more collectiveness because our lights are connected. At our essence, we are one. In this world, we're individuals. And as consciousness, we love this creation. We love the creation of ourselves. We love the creation of our personalities and our bodies. We love the creation of others in our world. And when you can step back into that awareness of yourself as consciousness, you can appreciate and you can feel the love for this amazing, wacky game. And if you like these videos, you can subscribe to them on YouTube. You can also sign up below to get them in your inbox. If you want to know more, my website is joan-newcomb.com. You can go there to see all my free offerings. I put out a weekly radio show and podcast. I also put out a weekly blog and newsletter. I do meetups around the Puget Sound in Seattle, Tacoma, Bellevue, University Place, and other areas. I do a monthly webinar. And if you want to know more about how to experience life as consciousness, how to navigate this amazing game using consciousness techniques to allow for creating change and experiencing different universes and things playing with time, go to my website, joan-newcomb.com, and look at my coaching programs. So go to joan-newcomb.com, and I'll see you in another couple days with another Mystic Minute.